Okay, so the last part of this question. Car manufacturers claim that cars produced in 2016 tend to produce less carbon dioxide than cars made in 1984. Use statistical reasoning based on the sample of cars to comment on the car's manufacturer's claim and justify your answer. Okay, so just like the previous question was the analysis, this is your conclusion. All right, so let's just have a look at the box plots and dot plots again over here. Now, this is where the part of the box plot and dot plot analysis where we actually make the call, and the only way that we can make the call is off medians, or if you want to use the distance between medians and overall visible spread. So I'll show you both as an example. Okay, so we know that the median for 1984 is slightly higher. Okay, so the median the difference between medians is only 9.49 grams per kilometer, which is not significant. And both medians lie within the interquartile range of the other distribution, or inside the other box. So therefore, it is unlikely that we would be able to make the call that 2016 cars produce less emissions than 1984 off this data set. Okay, so another way that you could describe this, apart from just meeting outside the box, is you're using your distance between means over overall visible spread. Okay, so your overall visible spread is the whole of the box. Okay, so the one end of one box to the other end of the other box. So we can find that by going the upper quartile of this one minus the lower quartile of this one. So this can be done using your calculator. So 308.58 minus 197.81, and that is 110.77. Okay, so we have overall visible spread equals 110.77, and we have distance between medians, so we calculated this in question part 1, is 9.49. Now, if we turn this into a fraction and go 9.949 divided by 110.977, we get 0.08. Now, what that basically says is the distance between these two medians here is only, it's not even a tenth of the distance between the overall visible spread. Now, if you were going to be making a call on this, that distance would have to make up more than a third of that total distance. So your differences between your medians would have to be more than a third different than your overall box width. This one clearly is not more than a third, and it's not more than a fifth, which we would use for 100 sample sizes of 100. So it's definitely not more than a fifth. So therefore, it is unlikely that there's any statistical differences here. You don't need to use the distance between mean over visible spread, but sometimes it can make a bit of a difference in terms of making the call if it's really close. This one's not close, so it's perfectly satisfactory to use the just say it's unlikely to be correct because of the overall medians are not inside the box. So that's an excellent question.